Welcome back to guys. It's time for another anime first impression video. Welcome once again. It's gonna be on a fresh first impression video. This released back in 2021, so I don't want to call it a retro first impression video. It's definitely a newer anime. Just the animation itself, very much 3D. But I completely missed it. Don't know why I did. In 2021 October, I guess I was in the middle of moving, so that I guess that makes sense. It is out on hidive right now, and 12 episodes, both dubbed and subbed, and I'm talking about the anime called Shikizakura, which is an interesting anime for sure. Before anything, guys, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. If you haven't done so by now, go check out my other anime first impression videos. I have quite a bit of stuff on new stuff, especially the new season just aired a few weeks ago, and I had a bunch of first impressions then, but I also have of retro older stuff that I am also catching up or just watching because people talk about it or reference it, and I want to be in the know, right? So anyways, go check all those out, and a bunch of reviews coming out as well your way. And definitely recording this before the season starts, but I know that this video is releasing after all my first impression videos, so hopefully I've at this point already secured a few reaction series. So you're looking for reaction videos, I also have those. Okay, let's talk about Shikizakura. Shikizakura is again a series that not a lot of people have talked about. It came out through the studio Sublimation, so I mean not a big studio, and it aired in the fall season of 2021. Now we follow the life of Miwa, or Kakekuru, and essentially he's joining what seems to be the Power Rangers, but they're not. In the beginning, he wakes up from a dream where essentially he's being called to a mission in his life, right? And he wakes up and he's just a normal kid. He's going to a field trip, and he's gonna be late to school. So goes with a friend. Like they're going to a field trip. Like they're having just a regular life, and then this random girl stops him and says if he can guide her to a certain place. He says yeah, and tells his friend to cover for him. Now he does take her to the place, and on his way back, he essentially ends up in this, like, okay, for us as viewers, we can tell that it's not the same world, but for him, it's like, oh, where is everybody? Like, it's not too obvious for him that he's definitely entered more of a spiritual world, and that's where he is. Well, ends up being that this girl, who is mainly in blue, is part of a group of people that are chasing and essentially killing off these evil spirits that show up in Japan. So he essentially is being chased by this evil spirit, and the Power Rangers looking characters show up, and they start defending him. And basically, one of them, the leader, grabs him and takes him outside and says, "Okay, get out of the way. Like, this is all your fault because of your feelings. These spirits came to be here. Blah blah." So kind of blames him, like very non-justice like. It wasn't like, "Are you okay, citizen? What can I do for you?" It was very much like, dude, it's your freaking fault. Like, get out of here. And that's basically what he tells him. But he ends up still going back because one of the characters, the girl who he actually guided, she's about to fall off a big hole in the floor, and he saves her, and while saving her, he falls himself. Now he gets possessed essentially by this spirit, and he turns to what I like to say the Red Power Ranger. They're obviously not Power Rangers, but that's just how they look. Well, he ends up being controlled by this spirit, and they start attacking him, and then he just overpowers everyone, and then himself, the human, fights the evil spirit within his own body for his body's control, and he wins. He wins against the evil spirit, and it almost seems like a happy ending with a red ribbon. Well, the episode ends with them asking him to go with them. He's like, yeah, we can now be heroes together. And then he realizes that he's all tied up, and they're like, no, you know a little bit too much, and you definitely messed up, like, what you were doing. Like, we're not heroes. So I don't know what they mean by they're not heroes, but definitely it's kind of like the crappy side of being the saviors of the world, like almost like kids who don't want to do it just are stuck to doing it, and they're pretty much a-holes to this main character. So thought it was funny. I really thought it was funny. Again, it's not Power Rangers, but it is that Power Ranger mindset anime new era. There's a lot of them that release, some where like the villains and the heroes were falling in love, some where you just kind of watched the everyday life of the heroes or the everyday life of the evil villains. So I kind of feel like this premises, and I could be wrong, but the premises is kind of like the hero group, but they kind of were forced into this job, and they do it just because it's their duty, but not because they want to. So, which, if that's what it is, heck, that's a good comedy. So it is on hidive, like I said, 12 episodes, dubbed and subbed. So for now, I'm gonna give this one a 6.5. I think it's decently done. It definitely will be one that I'll have in my back burner for now. New season starts in about 5 days, so I need to really end all these other series that are airing right now, but I'm excited to see what happens next. So thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. You guys can follow me on social media, and guys, like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.